If that's your winning face, I'd hate to see you lose.
We underestimated the Constant.
Yeah, he's a glorified desk clerk.
He's not just after the money. He wants it all.
We caught him once, we can do it again. And, well, we're not the ones who let him escape.
You still don't trust her.
I don't like executive decision makers. Look, you don't have to follow her, you know? Soon, this will be over. Maybe it's time to think about the future. You have to face the possibility that there's no going back. If the ICA knows what you did,
She'll make it right. She always does.
we have a fix on Carlial. Come on. We've got a plane to catch. I hope you like the rain, 47.
Miss Burnwood,
How did you...
I have everyone's number. You really ought to know by now.
You planned this? All of it?
Don't be silly. I just played the hand I was dealt.
We'll find you.
You had me. Where'd that get you?
We handed you an empire.
It's for the best. The partners were complacent, set in their ways. But power is more than just security. Providence can be an agent of change. Surely you understand. Or you will. Soon enough.
She came home.
Carlial's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlial is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlial, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlial legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlial descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlial, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlial keeps a case file on the Constant, information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlial family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlial and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson, and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlial's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlial summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Phineas Whitmer. Gotta find the pump. Clear? Hey.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlial this morning.
Man,
I'm curious why he's here.
proceedings cost.
Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlial has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlial.
What's going on here? What happened? Get ready. We've got trouble.
Yes, actually. Could you speed up time so I don't die from boredom? I fear I may not survive an entire weekend.
I'm Phineas Whitmer, private investigator.
Ah, Mr. Whitmer. Madame Carlial has asked me to be of assistance to you. I trust you've had a look around. Are you ready to see the crime scene now?
I am.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir. I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlial are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlial is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you
That
this.
is Alexa Carlial, unofficial leader of the Providence Partners, and last one to be alive.
He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlial suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47. Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Did the portrait photographer check out? You verified his identity?
I vetted him thoroughly. He's good.
Yes, actually, could you speed up time so I don't die from boredom? I fear I may not survive an entire weekend. Shithole.
And brisk walk in the garden would do you good.
I said speed up time, not my passing. Now just go away, will you?
Of course.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlial and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here is the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlial.
This is very useful information, 47. So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Of course, sir. I'll come back later.
How very kind of you, dear Mr. Fernsby. I hope to see you soon. Creepy old git.
How's everything coming along, Elaine?
Very well.
Patrick Carlial.
Make sure you
Can you tell me where you were yesterday
I don't need one
evening?
more maid crying in the kitchen.
Shit, it's that
watch
sneaky
yourself
butler,
around,
isn't
young
it?
Mr. Patrick.
He ratted me
Don't
out.
worry about me.
Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary tops himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Greetings, sir.
Stop pacing, for God's sake, Emma.
Why don't we get any kind of explanation? It's bloody rude, that's what it is. Making us come here to play funeral and then show up like nothing's the least bit strange.
Oh, don't get your knickers all twisted.
I'm telling you, she's not fit to be in charge anymore.
Gregory Carlial, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger ball. He's better off dead. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Emma Carlial, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Just remembered I went for a stroll behind the greenhouse last night. Maybe that's where it is.
What is?
My lost button. The one you couldn't find at the graveyard.
Wouldn't it be a good idea for you to go look for it now? Good idea.
Hi there.
Gregory, don't say more to that weird detective than you need to.
I was just having a laugh, dear. Must admit, he's pretty good.
What if he believes he had something to do with Zachary?
You look tanned. I bet Mother spent the last week at her Cyprus estate. Am I right?
I'm not at liberty to say, ma'am.
Oh, come on. I need to know what's going on. This affects me too, you know.
Rebecca Carlial, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us. But Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlial?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Can't you just relax for a minute?
Why did you...
I think so. There's a bit of another.
Excuse me, sir. Seems like you're not cleared to come through here. Sorry.
Looking good today, sir.
Aaron Ford, Jr. Vote number 505. No, yes, also. It doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Right. I'll double check and get back to you.
Just how we like it, sir.
I received the vault token for the Milton Fitzpatrick London Bank. Did I understand correctly?
Exactly. She holds the other one. I want her to have the file on Arthur Edwards if I die.
You're not fearful she will be in trouble? If she knows.
She will start digging when she realizes things don't add up, inevitably getting her in trouble. I'd rather she knew who she's up against. She's clever and resourceful. Who knows, maybe she'll be able to hit him where it hurts. But I don't want her to...
Oh, no way. Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
You're almost naked. What's happened? Oh my god.
Hello?
Someone, please. I need help. Oh my god. You've got to help me.
Hey, what's this way? Reach out.
Jesus. Only a lunatic kills like this.
Thanks for your help. I'll report your information.
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlial. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47.
I hear you loud and clear.
Nothing at my position.
What's the verdict, Mr. Ford? Undoubtedly some of my assets must be said.
Hey, you!
No.
What seems to be the problem
Everything
here?
is gone.
Thornbridge Manor, surely.
That too.
But that's not possible.
Command! Command! You there? Someone's making trouble. Possibly high on drugs.
Good God! God, no! Go on then.
That's Madame Carlial taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
closer.
Forget his eyes. They were so swollen, it would look like Zachary. I've never seen a dead body before.
It must have been awful. Do you think it was a suicide?
I don't know. Madame Carlial certainly doesn't think so. Why else would she?
You, identify yourself. Hold it right there. Bloody hell.
Gotta dig this place. Ancestral graveyard, trophy room, and the office.
A safe in Madame Carlial's office. I bet that's where she keeps the file on Arthur Edwards.
Whoa!
Hey, can you hear me? That's an actual. There's something that's definitely not right here. Hold it, mister! Hey! Multiple lasers.
Peculiar icons above the safe. I wonder if they might be some sort of a code. Maybe have a look around the office, 47. Mission complete. Well done, 47.
Do you know if any new staff has started within the last week?
How can you be so relaxed? I wish you'd take things more seriously.
What do you
going on about now?
This whole situation is bad.
Oh, no, yeah.
Right. Later.
Yeah, absolutely.
On top of things, Elaine?
Sure am, Mr. Fernsby. Coming along just fine.
I trust you. We need everything ready
Bored. I'll be hot.
Just leave it at talking, Elaine. Mr. Patrick is not acquainted with how things are done here.
I'm fine. Thanks for checking in. Bad news, I'm afraid. We don't have any extra fuses. Ethel looks everywhere.
You've got to be kidding. No power, no work.
My locker key around.
I say as long as he's